I think I have this sound thing figured out. We will see here. I'll look for your comments here on Facebook in just a bit. But thanks for tuning in. I did this great presentation earlier, and my mic battery, the source for it, went dead. And so now I got it on a charger, and I've tested it time and time again. And in my recordings, you could hear my voice. Hopefully you can hear my voice now. Got some rain out there, don't we? Yeah, we have some thunderstorms that moved on through. Most of it now tapering off, moving towards the north. You can see that here on the radar. And there were some yellows and some reds and some oranges, and that provided some very heavy downpours. We're going to take a look at just how much rain fell across the region coming up here in just a bit. So let's see if I can see any comments coming up here. For some reason I can't see it on my screen. I'm not that advanced. This is my second stream ever. I think somebody who did TV all his life would be able to figure out a simple stinking stream, but I can't. Oh man. Let's see if my phone will pick up comments while I'm doing this thing. Oh, thanks, Cody. My boy, Cody. Treasure Valley Weather Headquarters, Cody Wilson. The dude goes and starts this Facebook thing. He used to intern for me, and now people come up to me and say, hey, do you know Cody Wilson? That's so cool, dude. Awesome. Good, I'm glad you could hear. Let's talk a little weather. I love this stuff. This is the stuff that came through earlier. Obviously, you can see it moving off towards the north and the east. Not a whole lot going on. Right now, all the heavy stuff is kind of pressed off towards the north and east. Some showers look to be down around Elmore. I'm going to stop this loop because it is aggravating me. Boom. And so we'll go right to the end and update this here. And there you go. That's the latest radar coming on in from the National Weather Service radar site. It's down by the airport. And pretty good gust of wind up there. Where is this? This is up by Hull's Gulch outside of the military preserve, that observation right there. That's about good. 20 knots, 38 mile per hour gust. Pretty good gust of wind. Nothing severe or damaging, but you know, the concern out of all this, with all the rain that came on through, it was definitely the amount of rain in a short period of time. This is going to be our theme for the whole spring, and the concern with the snow that's going on up around the Bogus Basin area and the steep terrain area. By the way, I was up Bogus earlier. May or may not play this. Maybe I will. We'll see. Just because now that I have sound, and sound is good, especially on a stream. Yeah, Bogus Basin getting mostly rain up through there. This is our GO 17 satellite picture. Check out this beautiful thing. This is just gorgeous, and you can see the sun setting, so you can see some shade coming on in from the right-hand side of your screen. This tells just the weather story, the jet stream punching on through from south to north. I went into this long dissertation, if you will, in a video I just produced, and I think I will play that in a little bit, but it shows just why we get the lift in the atmosphere, why we got these storms to form with a core of jet stream winds punching on in from the south, and another one was up to the north, and we were just in the right area for the lift and some strong thunderstorm activity to form. And you can see the clearly the cumulus clouds here over southwest Idaho forming, and looks like there's a good little thunderstorm right through there, pushing on up just around east of Ontario. Let's see if that radar picks that up. Maybe that was an older image. Yeah, I think it was, because that thing is like long gone. It's up here by McCall now, but that's what that was showing there in the satellite picture. And then of course you see all these rain showers disappear in the mountains. They're not. They basically, the radar beam can't get in the mountains. Just doesn't go there. There are some showers back here to the west, looks like by John Day, Baker City. And so there's that. Cool beans. Heavy showers back over here just north of Mountain Home, going up towards 21. Looks like the intensity of these storms are now dissipating now that the sun is starting to go down a bit. Let's see what the peak wind gust was at the airport in Boise. Let me pull that up here. I think it's this one. Nope, it's this one. It's going to pull up a different observation here, and usually it says, yeah, we got a gust of 33 miles per hour around 5:27 p.m. That's when that moderate thunderstorm moved on through. This looks around maybe 1,100 of an inch of precipitation in the hour. And speaking of that, let's take a look and see how much rain has fallen across the region. And this is a nice little display here coming up. It shows, I'm going to turn the radar off, and I'm going to show in the last hour of precipitation of accumulation. The radar estimates how much rain falls across the region. That's what you're looking at here. Let me go to the awesome legend here. Yeah, so when we look into that gray, greenish shade there, going into the brighter shade, and then the yellows, which looks like it came right through Kuna up towards Meridian and moved right on up towards Hewlett-Packard there over by Chinden. That comes in with a Doppler radar estimation about 0.75, about 3/4 of an inch of rain. So that's probably a good guess there. But you could usually, that's a little bit, at times underdone with heavy thunderstorm activity. But I think this time of the year and the rate that the storms are moving to the north really quick, I think this is a good estimation of the rain. Looks like the light green here is about a half inch, between a half inch and 3/4 of an inch of rain. So it looks like that was falling around Eagle Road, Franklin Road, and then going to the northeast as you go around Fairview on up towards Cloverdale, right across Ustick, going in towards McMillan, and you can see that band of moderate rain moving on up. So pretty good soaker. That's a New England term for a soaker. We don't pronounce ours in New England. It took me a long time to overcome that accent deficiency. Yeah, so grass is going to be green, folks. That grass is going to be green in that stretch. There's going to be some lawn mowers going. Hidden Springs getting into it. And notice how it kind of went up to the north, too, getting in across Eagle Road. And then back up through here, we got, looks like a half inch of rain in about an hour. Now remember, this is an hour rainfall estimation. So if I go and back here and change it to 3 hours, now you're going to see some stuff. Bam, look at that. More rain. Everybody getting into a lot of rain there. It's a 3-hour rainfall total there on the map. And then the temperatures, you're looking at a lot of stuff here. Forgive me. But that's basically a weather reporting site. And so you see wind direction, wind speed, temperature is 50, and then that 13 in the red is the gust of wind, or the highest gust of wind in the last hour. So I guess not the last hour, the highest gust of wind, period. But you can see a lot of rain coming on across the region. Caldwell getting into some rain. Looks like that is 3/4 of an inch just around the Caldwell area, around Blaine Street, Laurel Street, over by Simplot Boulevard, and then going on up to the north and towards Middleton. Looks like between 1/4 of an inch and a half inch to maybe a little bit more of rainfall in 3 hours. That's what we're talking about, 3-hour rain totals going up to the northeast. Let's see how our friends in Emmett did. Ooh, look at that. There's a good bullseye there. Just east of Emmett, going up towards Montour, Spring Gulch area, right around Frozen Dog Road. You frozen dog. You amazing. 11-mile-per-hour wind gust. That's right up there around the airport. Although I guess not the airport. There's no airport, and I don't know what I'm looking at. It's an observation point up in Emmett. But that's, let's see, the bright yellow there, I think that's an inch of rain in about 3 hours. So that's up around Reagan Butte, up around Sweet. Watch out, folks. I mean, when you get this heavy rain, half inch of rain in a 3-hour period up around Horseshoe Bend, especially in this area, right in here, between, let me get this off, boom. So right in here between Horseshoe Bend, Hill Creek, and going up towards like Fleming Creek, or before you get to Banks, all this in here was burned by a wildfire. And so this is where your rock slides and mudslides are going to be in great potential of happening with heavy rains like we've had, because all the snow is going to melt, and then we get heavy rainfall. That's when we see the rains kind of fall across the area. And mudslides do happen. Check this out. McCall getting up there, maybe a ½ inch to 3/4 inch of rain on top of all that snow. Speaking of snow, let's take a break. I'm going to do the Bogus Basin thing because they have like over 5 feet of snow. I was up there today doing the Bogus Basin, and I did a little story, so I know you can hear it because I tested it earlier. And there it is. So enjoy this little ditty.
Well, here is your Bogus Basin report live here on the Weather Show with Vin Crosby on YouTube. Up here at Bogus Basin, today spring skiing conditions have been very good. The snow is soft. The temperature's comfortable. It was a little windy. There were little sprinkles. There were little flurries, but overall, a real good day. They still have well over 5 feet of snow at the base of Bogus Basin, and a lot of events coming on up. First, before I get into the weather forecast and our explanation of why the weather is happening the way it is, let's talk about the events coming up here at Bogus Basin. We are going to see the tubing hill shut down. The last day is the 31st of this month, so mark your calendars for that. And then
right now with the rain on top
on
of
the
the snow,
6th and the 13th of April, we are having what's called a randonnée, or it's a different type of ski race that is going to be held here at Bogus Basin. What is it basically?
This is good stuff.
It's kind of like a race up the hill on your skis. That's right, physically moving up the hill on your skis and then traversing downhill. And they're going to have it here out by the Pioneer Lodge and set up a course. It's going to be inbounds. It's derived from an old tradition of where they used to put skins of animals. I think it was seal skin before that was outlawed on the bottom of the skis to help with the traction to move up the hill. And then when they get to the top of the hill, they take the skins off and ski down the hill, and they would do this in a race. That's what's coming up April 6th and April 13th, so check the calendar. The event.
All right, now I'm going to get into this. This is a good explanation. Look at some of the clouds here earlier.
And why most of the precipitation wasn't forecast until this evening, or it shouldn't have been forecast until...
All right, I'm going to kill my voice, just show you pictures now. So this is a cool, almost like a little Arcus cloud kind of forming. This is like maybe around 3:45 in the afternoon up around Bogus. You can see the sheets of rain right over here coming down, and that bow, if you will, is a leading edge of some rain. And then here's what I was talking about earlier with that jet stream. So this is from this morning's balloon launches. Boise's right there, and that dot with the lines coming off it and the triangles and the lines dashed there. Do you see that right in through there, right there? That's just the wind observation from the southwest. That's like 70 knot wind up around 30,000 feet. Well, this orange area, with the colors of the yellows and the oranges, that's the wind speeds. And as you get up here, you're talking over 100 knot winds. That's 110 knots right in through there. So that thing's screaming, the wind core of high winds in the atmosphere. And then you see another orange area back down north of California. And what I'm talking about is when the air comes out of this and the front left and then goes back into the right entrance here of this core, that's what passed over us. It's like connecting the dots. That's kind of why I got into meteorology, because I like drawing and connecting the dots. And that's the perfect area for lift. So right here is Northern California. There's Boise. There's Oregon. And then the perfect lift. So that's where the perfect area kind of moves on through. So if I go back to my satellite here, and I think it lets me actually draw, and I pull away right about there. Look at those cool clouds. Isn't that the greatest satellite ever? I think it's really cool. And so now, the jet this afternoon, you can clearly see it right here punching on through. Right about there is a core of the high winds crashing on through. and then going into this jet that was earlier was way out here. And so you can see connect the dots right in between in this area here. That's where we're seeing the best thunderstorm development or shower development. And yeah, love this. I wonder if I can refresh this. I got a feeling this thing's not up to date. Maybe it is. All right, so yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. It's going to continue screaming on to the north, and then all this stuff back here to the south. Look at that. There's more rain coming. You can see it right back down here in southern Nevada, coming into southeast Oregon, all stream into the north. All part of this controlling area low pressure that's back out here in the Pacific, kind of pinwheeling and controlling the whole pattern, if you will. All right, clear drawing. One more look at radar. I think I'm all talked out right now. Having fun, though. If I can do this almost every night, I mean, tell me, isn't this the greatest thing ever? Radar and clouds and wind, oh my. Yeah, I love it. Let's take a look at a regional radar here, just because I can. Yeah, this is a good loop coming on through. So a lot of showers around Portland, back across the Columbia River Gorge, more showers down to our south. Oh, look at this. This is some good stuff here going on in California. That's some good thunderstorm activity. There'll be some flash flooding down in there, that's for sure. I don't see that coming our way, but I do see this impulse right here in the middle moving in our direction, coming on up. But trouble going on down there in California. That's what my mom says. She's from Rhode Island. She can't pronounce her R's either. One of these days we'll do a live phone interview with my mother, and you will be astonished that there are people in this country that don't even sound American. All right. I'm just kidding. New Englanders. Joey says I talk funny. I used to talk that way. Let's go in here and take a look at Pendleton's radar right now. Oh yeah. Coming into Pendleton. That's going to be rocking and rolling through there. Going right up along 84 back there. Woo! Good stuff. It's going to be a heavy downpour coming on through that area for sure. So a lot of stuff going on in weather today. And I appreciate you for tuning in. All right. Let's see if we got any other comments out there, because I can't see it on my phone. Oh, there's my sister. Carrie Ann. It's my sister. She's another one. Funny accent. Da, da, da. I got too much stuff on here. I'm looking through my phone to see the comments because... Oh, there you go, Mark, my new favorite streamer. Mark. Oh, I love Mark. What are all the comments we got here? Oh, well, let me check comments. What's up with Safari? What is up with stupid Safari? I'll comment on my own stream. No, it won't let me. This is dumb. All right, I'm going to have to fix that. We'll figure it out as we get there, but right now it looks like the majority of the stuff is tapered off. Let me pull up the hourly latest computer model forecast. Boom, there it is. That's the latest forecast. So yeah, it looks like it's tapering off. Maybe a few lingering showers going in towards the early morning hours, and then tomorrow, partly sunny. Looks like 57 for the high. That's what that number is there. So this is how us weather geeks kind of look at the weather right in through there. Tells us all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, it does. All right, that's it for Vin. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get some food. I haven't eaten since this morning. I had leftover pizza. It was great. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this streaming thing, because now you can hear me in everything. All right, good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the comments. Tell your friends and family to subscribe to the YouTube show, the Weather Show with Vin Crosby on YouTube. Where's this thing? Let's see if I can bring this up. And boom, right in through there, my channel. So yeah, there you go. Weather Show with Vin Crosby YouTube. Please subscribe. And you can see all my last videos. This was 2 weeks. This is like 3 weeks ago up at Bogus. I mean, that was probably the best skiing I ever had ever. Powder up in the middle of March. Unbelievable. Then this was last week, and then, of course, today's will be posted. I think I'll post this whole long thing up there on YouTube for you to see. But I'm going to let the video for my folks at Bogus play in full. And that's how we'll end this, because I know it's getting boring. But it was a good interview with a young guy. Oh, I got to find it again. This kid, his name is Kyson. I call him Tyson. But he was the cutest.
Well, here is your Bogus Basin report live here on the Weather Show with Vin Crosby on YouTube. Up here at Bogus Basin, today spring skiing conditions have been very good. The snow is soft. The temperature's comfortable. It was a little windy. There were little sprinkles. There were little flurries. But overall, a real good day. They still have well over 5 feet of snow at the base of Bogus Basin, and a lot of events coming on up. First, before I get into the weather forecast and our explanation of why the weather is happening the way it is,
I'm out.
Let's talk about the events coming up here at Bogus Basin.
Rendition.
We are going to see the tubing hill shut down. The last day is the 31st of this month, so mark your calendars for that. And then on the 6th and the 13th of April, we are having what's called a randonnée, or it's a different type of ski race that is going to be held here at Bogus Basin. What is it basically? It's kind of like a race up the hill on your skis. That's right, physically moving up the hill on your skis and then traversing downhill. And they're going to have it here out by the Pioneer Lodge and set up a course. It's going to be inbounds. It's derived from an old tradition of where they used to put skins of animals. I think it was seal skin before that was outlawed on the bottom of the skis to help with the traction to move up the hill. And then when they get to the top of the hill, they take the skins off and ski down the hill, and they would do this in a race. That's what's coming up April 6th and April 13th, so check the calendar, the events. The Bogus Basin. We'll scroll a little bit of the events, as you can see going across the screen right here. All right, we're expecting some precipitation to come on in across Bogus Basin in the near term. Rain just to our west, but it was an interesting forecast for today, and it had to do with the jet stream. Here is why this very narrow band of rain has taken its time getting here, and why most of the precipitation wasn't forecast until this evening, or it shouldn't have been forecast until this evening. Back there, you can see that band of cloud cover right there. The way it works in the atmosphere, anytime you have a core of high winds up around 30,000 feet, we call it the jet stream, and not only air masses, different temperatures, it also, where the wind comes out of that, the left exit region of that first core down to our south, and then goes into the right entrance region of this other core of high winds back to the north up around Montana and Canada. And that band kind of comes across the area of that wind field, and it cuts right across Oregon and into Idaho. That is where the best lift in the atmosphere is. That is where the best chance is for precipitation will be. And guess where that is? This morning it was well to our west, slowly moving towards the east. Now we see that whole region moving in our direction. And so that's why we're seeing those clouds and showers now just to the west of Meridian, going towards the east up into Emmett, and slowly moving in our direction here at Bogus Basin. And so we are going to see some rain that is going to kick off here probably in the next hour or so at Bogus. And then there's a chance for a rumble of thunder or two coming on in through overnight. But it had to do of high winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And that's what we're seeing right back there across the west. Okay, I'm at the bottom of the bunny hill, if you will, just by the chair here where it's the flat stuff. So we see a lot of folks here on the beginner hill coming on down and having a great time on the skis. A lot of families out here today. Again, spring break in the West Ada area. Last week it was pretty busy in East Ada, it was out, but this week it's West Ada County. Look at this guy going 100 miles an hour coming on down. All right. You having a good day today? There he goes. What's your name, buddy? What's your name?
Tyson.
Tyson? Kyson with a K. Are you going fast? How's the skiing?
Good.
Good. Awesome. What's your name, Dad? Brett, how's it been? Been pretty good out here.
Great out here today. It's been perfect weather.
Yeah, so not a lot of...
It hasn't at all. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, looks like it's just to the west, kind of creeping in here. You know, you had a good day overall.
It's pretty much spring skiing. It's perfect.
Awesome. Where you from?
Eagle.
Eagle, up here in spring break?
Yes. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Get the kids out and get them started early.
Awesome. Well, you're on the weather show with Vin Crosby on YouTube, so enjoy, and you can watch it and see this little guy. Don't fall there. Yep. He's going backwards. Thanks, Kyson. So they have Kyson on there, and his dad, Brett, from Eagle, enjoying with the family. Great spring skiing conditions here at Bogus. It looks like it's going to continue, too, all the way on in through April before they close the mountain down. But there's going to be plenty of snow. We're not going to have to worry about any of that melting dramatically. Over 5 feet at the base. I think the base is still reporting 80 inches of snow. 60 inches, of course, your 5 feet amount. So that's the explanation of the weather. We get to say hi to a few friends up here at Bogus Basin, but that's the entrance level, if you will, of that jet stream way aloft in the atmosphere. And that's why we're going to start to see some showers move on in here as most of the folks commute back down the mountain tonight with some wet roads. So give yourself some spaces between you and the vehicle on in front. That's the weather show report from Bogus Basin here on Wednesday, 2019 in March, as we wind down another great spring season here at Bogus Basin.